Hello, welcome back to the Transfer Portal CFB presented by NoContextCFB. I'm Liam Blutman doing some more NFL draft coverage, but before we get into it, please comment below what some of your favorite NFL takes are and make sure to like and subscribe. And now, here are 5 NFL draft takes for the 2023 draft that I truly believe in. The first being a pretty rare one. I haven't seen any other people with this take. It's that Georgia cornerback Kelly Ringo will be moving to safety in his future. Look, he's a stud in zone coverage. He's at his best when his eyes are on the quarterback and he's reading their every thought. He's big and he's lengthy. He's physically dominant, but he has struggled in 2022. And he's gotten burnt a lot more than you'd like because he's boomer bust in man coverage. He's just had a very up and down 2022. And I know a lot of people are like looking at stats and everything. And yeah, he's crushing it, blah, 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 blah. If you look at the Vanderbilt game, he was still getting toasted a decent bit. And that's not good to see. Yes, there are incompletions, but they're those kind of incompletions where it's an overthrow. And then you see the DB celebrate, like, yeah, no fly zone, no fly zone. You're not the one who made the quarterback overthrow by 35 yards. I like Ringo. I really do. I just like him more as a safety. I think what we're going to see is NFL teams are going to experiment with this take, and other people are going to recognize that Ringo's skill set just screams safety position. Because look, that man coverage again is boomer bust, but he's got good range. He's got great physicality. He's stellar in zone coverage, and the ability to just track the QB's every move when his eyes are on the quarterback and reading him. That's when he's at his best. It screams safety. He's got like such good range and everything. I like Ringo as a safety a lot. I think this is a take that will pick up some steam as we get deeper into the pre-draft process. My second one, we're going to the running back position. Look, this is a draft that features superb running backs such as Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Evans, Sean Tucker, and Devin Achane. We need to look for some excellent value at the running back position, though, as we always do. I always have, since a little kid, love looking for those small school running backs or just underrated running backs. We have one small school here and one Big 12 school here, but here's the take. Keandre Miller of TCU and Dwayne McBride of UAB will be stellar value picks at running back. I think these are impact NFL guys. I think these are guys that will go in the third round or later. They're just going to outplay that draft slot. Simple as that. Keandre Miller from TCU is 6', 220. He explodes on nearly every touch. This is a guy that just wins with exquisite speed, burst, and quickness on this very fun to watch TCU offense. I think he's got stupendous contact balance as well. I love the way that he's able to bounce off incoming tacklers too. This is the first season that we've seen from Miller where he is the true RB1. If you can recall, he was splitting time with Zach Evans the last few years. And guess what? In 2021, Miller was better than Zach Evans. That is part of why Evans did transfer, because he was a bit unhappy that Miller was stealing some touches from him. Miller did a lot with those touches, and he's continuing to do that. Keandre Miller, I really like what I've seen from him in the receiving game, but it's been very small doses. I would love to see TCU get him the ball in the receiving game more, some screens, some stuff, just swings, get him the ball in the open space and let him work. He's too good of a talent. They do a really good job of preserving his workload too, which, you know, I hate it as a college football fan because I want to see him get the ball a lot more. But as an NFL draft guy, that's great. Like, let's not get the full workload. Let's limit things and just keep him fresh for college and for his future in the pro. So that's good. As we move to the UAB running back, Dwayne McBride, 5'11", 215-pounder. He's been dominating his competition once again. That's something we see from him every year. He leads the country this season rushing yards per game with 155.6 of them. He's done that in 5 games, man. And he's rushed for over 100 yards in all 5 of his games. He's had 11 touchdowns. He runs for 6.7 yards per carry. He missed the first game of the year because he was sick. He's been sick since he got back as well, because he's just been that good at football. He's clearly the top small school running back in the draft. He boasts great power in his legs, and he possesses superb leg drive and determination. He's a thick back with solid speed, but all the heart you could ask for, exceptional toughness, and tremendous strength. I really like his cutting ability too. He's super agile, great lateral movement. I just I just think that Keandre Miller and Dwayne McBride are two NFL running backs that people don't really know about yet, or rather aren't talking enough about them. I don't get that. I think both these guys scream elite value. They're both going to be impact players in the NFL. All they need is that one phone call, that one opportunity in an NFL game, and then they're going to crush it. So just keep an eye on those two. Remember the names, Keandre Miller and Dwayne McBride. The third one is actually going to be, we're going to go to the MAC. Dante Cephas from Kent State will be the most coveted prospect in the MAC. Look, when you're looking for MAC players, Maction men, receiver comes up a lot. And why? Oh, maybe because Randy Moss, Antonio Brown, Greg Jennings, and Deontay Johnson are just a few notable receivers to graduate from the MAC. Look, Cephas is going to be the best MAC player in this draft, bar none. Trust me on this. He's primed to be a steal in the 2023 draft. Back in his high school days, Cephas actually played defensive back. He was known to be a big hitter out there in Pennsylvania. Look, the 6'1" receiver is just, you could see that this guy's DB background pays off in a variety of ways, because not only does he understand the coverages that he's going up against so well, he notices the small little tendencies, pre-snap tendencies that a corner, a DB has before the play. And I really like the way that he's able to bounce off incoming tacklers, and that's just the big hitter in him. Like, he knows from experience himself of being a big hitter and going to light someone over the middle. He knows what to expect as a receiver now. He knows where that hitter is going to be looking to initiate contact, and he's just ready for it. He braces himself very well, and that's part of why he's such a difficult guy to tackle. And he's 6'1" receiver. Again, yes, game-breaking speed, lethal damage after the catch. He's really shown to be a great deep threat. He put out some really good tape against Washington this season. I know people are going to maybe look at Cephas' stats and be a little, I don't really see it. Look, in 2022, Kent State and Cephas have played Washington, Oklahoma, and Georgia on the road. I don't care. Like, that's tough competition. That's good tape that he was able to put out with a few good catches in that game. However, there's a huge talent gap between Kent State and those programs. For Cephas to at least go out there and carve at times was very promising to see and fully expected, because this dude is a stud. I've loved seeing his footwork as well on full display with some wicked toe taps. He had a really good touchdown last week. But look, Dante Cephas is an NFL wide receiver. You've just got to trust me on it. People don't know this. Yeah, I think he's going to end up being a 4th-round pick, and then he's going to crush it in the NFL, and it's going to be evident that he needed to go much earlier. I think he's a monster, and just, people don't know that yet. And I'm going to keep saying people don't know that yet because they don't. We're in October 17th right now, the middle of October, and not enough draft takes are out there. Not enough draft coverage is out there. So I'm trying to get these guys some recognition. For number 4, I'm giving you 3 DBs. Tyke Smith, Stephen Gilmore, and Micah Abraham are all going to be incredibly underrated prospects, and then they're all going to be impact rookies, and they're just going to become instant steals for whoever drafts them. These are 3 DBs that I expect to go much later than they should. I know dang well that they are going to outperform their draft slots. Look, I keep saying look to my swear. I did my first mock at the end of September, and I put Tyke Smith 30th overall to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think people are going to be that high on Tyke. I completely disagree with them, though. Tyke is a monster. He's dealt with injuries, and he hasn't really gotten to showcase his stellar talents. He was at West Virginia before. He's at Georgia now. He's getting back on the field now and balling out. But those injuries have kept him off the field, and it stinks. I think he's a really versatile piece that could be used in a variety of ways. He's got a rare feel for the game. His ability to recognize a play is so special, and he's got really good ball skills. He's going to be a coveted prospect, I think he's gonna slide maybe because of his injury history, because of question marks that and red flags, whatever. Tyke's going to crush it in the NFL. Trust that for sure. We'll move on to Stephen Gilmore, who's a sick cornerback at Marshall. Last name sounds familiar. Position sounds familiar. Brother is Stephon Gilmore, who has done everything at the NFL so well. Steven is 6 foot. He's a 23-year-old. He's gonna turn 24 in like early September next year. He's got 3 interceptions this season. He had 3 last year. He has wicked closing speed, elite physicality, and coverage skills. I just love the way that he's able to disrupt passes. He had the game-sealing pick 6 against Notre Dame this season. I think he radiates brilliance at all times, dude. The NFL bloodlines there with his older brother being a shutdown corner in the NFL for so long, too, is very great. Steven's a stud, man. He's a stud. And then his teammate at Marshall, Micah Abraham, might just be better than him. I do think he is. 6'2" corner. He's the son, again, NFL bloodlines here. He's the son of Donnie Abraham, who was an interception master himself in the NFL. Mike has got 3 interceptions this season, 14 pass breakups he had in 2021. He's sticky in man coverage. He brings out the clamps on a weekly basis. His closing speed is masterful. He has better closing speed than Gilmore does, and Gilmore is so good at it. He has remarkable technique, footwork, so much trust in his eyes. Oh my gosh, all 3 of these guys are going to be studs in the NFL. It's just a shame that they're all going to be slept on. It's a shame that they're all going to be drafted much later than they should be. But it's great to know that they're all going to cash in the checks of the NFL and they're all going to outperform their draft slot, guaranteed. We'll move on to my 5th and final take. Please don't forget to comment below some of your favorite takes. Jacob Cowing is going to be a top 45 pick in the 2023 NFL draft. I said it. Others are afraid to say it. I'll say it. This wide receiver class has some dudes in it. We know Jason and Jordan Addison are at the top, but who else? It's kind of wide open at that WR3 spot. There's Quentin Johnson's getting a lot of love, and rightfully so. Kayshon Boutte hasn't taken full advantage of that head start that he had going into the season. He struggled a bit. It's going to be an open competition for WR3 or later. Look at Jacob Cowing from Arizona. This is a guy that crushed at UTEP from the second he stepped on campus, and now he's just carving up defenses in the Pac-12. 5'11" receiver. He's got an exceptional release package, soft hands, prolific footwork, excellent hand-eye coordination. He's just so lethal after the catch with great acceleration and wicked agility. It's always showcased. A really good route runner too, crisp and precise. I think he's going to be one of the top slot receivers in the draft. He will test very well, so that's going to help him a lot. I believe that Jacob Cowing is an NFL caliber receiver for a while. Him getting to Arizona and balling out there in a crowded receiver room with some other studs like McMillan and Singer, who are up and comers, has really, helped prove the fact that he's the real deal. If there was never any question for me or anything, but like, hey, Jacob Cowing is the truth. And he's going to continue to pick up a lot of steam as the pre-draft process heats up. He's going to be a favorite of so many. It's only a matter of time before people share this vision that Jacob Cowing could be like the WR3 or 4 or 5 in this class. People have him like outside the top 10 right now. That's ludicrous. What are we doing? There's potential late first round here for Cowing. Like, that could happen. Well, play it safe. It's October 17th. And I'll just boldly say that Jacob Cowing is going to be a top 45 pick. Find me someone else who's telling you that, and I'll go shake their hand. But I don't know if anyone else is telling you Jacob Cowing is going to be a top 45 pick in the 2023 NFL draft. And now I'll do it. I hope you enjoyed these takes. I know some are kind of weird or whatever, but oh well. I think they're fun takes. I think they're good takes. I just like, getting recognition out there for these guys who don't get all the love that they deserve. I know the Kelly Ringo one is very bold, though. Like, again, I don't think anyone else is out there saying that Kelly Ringo is going to move to safety. I think that's just me and maybe a handful of other people. I don't know. But again, comment below some of your favorite draft takes. like this video, subscribe to our channel. That would help us a bunch, and I'll be back for more draft coverage and takes and videos, whatever, for a good while. So you'll be seeing more of me, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.